Buonasera, everybody, and welcome to a holiday edition of Cucina Quarantena. And tonight I'm a little bit chilly, and I thought it would be really fun to stock some mulled wine. Now, I'm only one person in this house that drinks wine, so what I'm going to do is make a big batch of mulled wine tonight, and then I'm going to put it into a pitcher and put it into my fridge, and then whenever I want some, I can just heat it up and just drink it by the glass. And this is such a nice warming kind of thing, but it's so much fun to make because you can put anything you want in. It's really up to you. So today I'm doing mulled wine. Another day, Nico is going to teach you how to make glögg, right?
It's like non-alcoholic mulled wine.
Exactly. So we'll make kids mulled wine one day, and today we're going to make the grown-up version. So I'm testing the very cheap wine that I bought, and it's perfect for making mulled wine. I'll say that for it. This is from Trader Joe's, Cabernet Sauvignon. You can use anything you want, and actually if you have leftover bottles, just like the bottom of bottles that just didn't go well, you can use that. It doesn't really matter what you got. $2 chuck is fine. This is about the same price as $2 chuck. It's really up to you what you use. So, Nico, of course, what did you say when I pulled this bag out?
She told me to hold it over her glass and let her pour it in. Yeah. And I said that I feel very Greek, just like wine.
Yeah, it's
holding
like a sheep's bladder.
Yeah, I'm holding like a goat's bladder of wine.
Yeah. So this pot is a little mucky. It's got a little bit of sugar on it, but that's okay. So what you do is we're going to add the wine, and this is 4 bottles. So it's is it 3 liters? Yeah, it's 4 bottles of wine. So each bottle of wine is typically 0.75 of a liter, and we're going to add all of it in. And again, this is going to be whatever you want. And Nico, can you show off the spices we've decided to put?
Yeah. So here's all the spices we have. We have some leftover cranberry sauce that we're just going to toss in there. We have a lemon that we're going to peel in. We're going to add some apple slices of a little apple. We're going to add orange peels. Whole allspice. We've had this sitting around for a long time. Cardamom pods. Cinnamon sticks, obviously. Cloves. There we are. And star anise. So right. Those are all the spices we're using.
And which are your favorite spices there?
Probably the cranberry sauce and cardamom pods.
You know, we are missing one spice that we could easily add.
Really? What?
What about if we add some ginger root?
You're a genius.
Thank you very much.
Oh, big brain time.
Big brain. The mama has the big brain. So this is frozen. I always keep my ginger in the freezer, and it's actually nice because it's easier to work with when it's frozen.
Oh, look at how easy that chops.
It's easy to grate this way. So we'll put in a couple knobs of ginger. Another little piece. I wouldn't grate this in because then it's gonna make your mulled wine kind of like grainy.
Yeah.
So we'll put a little bit of that in. And then
so there's always going to be that little bit at the bottom that you can't drink because it's full of bits and pieces of ginger and stuff.
Exactly. So we want them to be big enough that we can
pluck them out.
Yes. So 1 orange. We're going to use the potato peeler, and we're going to take out
I love the smell of ginger.
And I do too.
I'm going to go around this way.
So we're going to very carefully try to take off just the peel and not the pith, because remember the pith is bitter.
The pith?
This is almost like making limoncello. So take this off in big swaths of the orange, and then we're going to actually use this orange in 2 different ways. We're going to start with just the peel. We're not going to waste anything. Now I'm going to take a knife and I'm going to cut this into rounds, and we'll have the rounds in the mulled wine as well.
On the rim.
No, we're gonna cook the orange slices.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm, really?
I thought you just said that the thing was bitter. The bitter thing was bitter.
Yeah, but when it's combined with we're actually gonna take those out eventually, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
so
we're gonna take all of them out eventually,
yes.
but.
Okay. And then we are going to put in just the peel of the lemon, but we're not going to put in the lemon itself.
Don't put a lemon into your mulled wine. That's gonna make it really sour.
But a little bit of the peel will be nice. I love the smell of lemons. It's so summery.
Yeah.
Doesn't it smell like lemonade sitting out in the backyard?
Oh, it does. Oh, that's such a nice smell.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to go sit in the backyard right now, but
Yeah, because it's dark. If you can see, it's like pitch black outside. Hi, everybody. Ah, you can see my hand. Okay.
oh, that is. Lemons have just really the best scent.
I do. It's like,
It reminds me of southern Italy.
it's not quite a sour scent. It's just a nice,
Perfumey.
yeah. All citruses are really perfumey.
Okay, so see, in this case, we are leaving the pith intact here. We're not going to put that into our mulled wine.
We definitely don't want that.
Buccia. It's called buccia in Italian. Buccia di limone. All right, so we put the buccia in. And then we just thought it would be fun to put in some apple slices too. And this is not really a traditional thing to put in, but we just make stuff up here at Cucina Quarantena because it's Cucina Quarantena and we do what we want.
Oh, that
we
really
are always
smells good.
striving to make things more interesting and better than they are in normal life because this is not normal life, so we may as well make it interesting. Right?
Yeah.
All right.
That'll add a little bit of flavor.
Yeah, I think so. Just a few apple slices. Okay, not too many. And again, leaving them in big chunks because we want to fish them out later. Is that enough ginger or should we add more ginger? That's probably enough. What do you think?
Maybe just like a tiny, tiny little knob.
So this is the leftover of our cranberry sauce from our 27-pound turkey. This was
That
homemade.
seems good.
And what is in here is fresh cranberries, sugar, orange zest, cut up apples, and a little bit of butter. Which sounds like that would be weird going into mulled wine, which is why we're going to do it, right?
Yeah, why not?
Just wanna try things that are different. So
And just a little bit won't make it taste too bad if it doesn't work out.
I think it's going to be really good because it was a really good cranberry sauce.
It was a really good cranberry
It was, I
sauce.
think so. And cranberry sauce is surprisingly one of the easiest things that you will ever make. It is so simple. It's just like cranberries with a cup of sugar on top boiled. I like to put in a little bit of salt.
I mean, it's just cranberry jam. It's just making jam but with cranberries.
That's exactly right. Okay, so now we get into the spices. So Nico and I went through our spice cabinet and we picked out all of these, which would all go well. You don't need to use all of them. If you don't have all of these, that's okay. But don't use ground. You don't want to use the ground version of these because that will be weird.
That'll make it all gritty and yeah.
Soupy. You don't want soupy cider or soupy mulled wine. So cinnamon sticks.
1 or 2 of those, probably.
Yeah, and I'm going to just kind of crack them a little bit if I can.
Don't like grate them in, but crack them.
Just kind of twist them to crack them a little bit.
It'll make the flavor more
This one is more.
full.
Oh, there we go. Okay. Okay, so I think two's enough, huh?
Yeah, 2, maybe 3 if you're a really cinnamon enjoying person.
If you're really spicy.
Yeah.
And then star anise, which has a licorice flavor. Now this can be really overwhelming, so I'm going to do 1.5 and no more because it is
Those little
a
star
very
anise
overwhelming
spots.
flavor. Cloves. We all love cloves.
Oh yeah, everybody loves cloves.
So
Come
put
on.
in maybe 10 to 12.
Let me smell one of those.
Yeah. And what I'm going to do before I put these in is I'm going to just sort of rub them in my hand a
cloves.
little bit so that it kind of
Oh, that's such
breaks them open a little
It's
bit.
such a nice smell. Oh, I'll break this one open.
Yeah. Don't want to do it too much because you don't
Oops.
want to be able to get it out later.
Oops, I crushed it.
That's okay. And then allspice, whole allspice. We'll put in, like teaspoon of whole allspice.
Yeah,
Okay.
just a little bit of those.
And then my
allspice.
favorite is cardamom. This is a very like Scandinavian spice. You know, the scent of the chia buns and things like that usually have cardamom in them. And I like this so much that I'll usually put too much cardamom in. So I'm going to need to scale myself back here because I would put lots of cardamom in. I love how spicy it is. So that's about a teaspoon.
You might want to like crack them open or something.
I'll just rub them between my hands.
Yeah,
Okay.
that should do it.
All right, so that's our start. And then,
so it's just, right now it's just stuff floating in wine.
Stuff floating in wine. And let's turn on our heat. We're going to keep it low. The thing is, you don't want this to boil, because if it does, it boils off all the alcohol. And
then you just have like grape juice.
yeah, which could be also good.
Yeah, I mean, if that's your thing, then,
It
you know.
kind of defeats the purpose, though. So I'm going to put in a good solid cup of sugar.
That's a lot of sugar.
It is a lot of sugar, but it's a sweet drink.
It is a sweet drink.
All right.
Sweet.
So let's. It smells really yummy. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to really gently, this is on a smaller burner.
That is a nice smell.
Yeah, I'm going to keep this kind of medium low. I'm going to let it heat up a little bit. Once it's heated up a little bit more, what I'm going to do is put the lid on and turn it down to the lowest setting. And when you say mull, that means that it's cooking really at the lowest possible setting. So once it heats up, that's what I'll do. And I'll leave it on the stove for probably an hour or so on a very, very low setting until it's all heated through. Then I'm going to come back and I'm going to adjust the flavors to see if I need more sugar or whatever. And let me actually test it right now.
Yeah.
Sorry, surprising. Okay, I can get just a little idea. Yeah, it's going to need, the sugar actually is okay at this point. I'll probably put maybe half a cup more sugar in later on. But I want to make sure that all the sugar that's in there has dissolved. It probably hasn't, and that's why it doesn't taste sweet enough to me yet. So here's what you do. Let it mull here for, you could even do it in a crock pot and do it overnight if you wanted to, if you wanted to really go crazy. But at least an hour it needs to be on a low temperature warming through.
Or like an instant pot even.
An instant pot would work too, yeah. So to serve it, what you do is you take it, put it into a mug, and that's when you add whatever else you want. So, well, it's true. Most people fortify their mulled wine. So it's not just wine. You can choose to just leave it wine if you want. The other thing you can do, though, is you can add something extra if you want it to be a little bit more festive. So rum is one thing you can add. Another really traditional thing to add to it.
Festive is one way of putting it.
Yes. Grand Marnier is the other choice. So, or an orange flavored liqueur, triple sec or Grand Marnier. So that's up to you if you want to fortify it at the end. I'm just going to wait and see how it tastes at the end. And then I'll decide whether or not I want to do that. So adjust your flavorings at the end and your alcohol content at the end. If you want to go low alcohol version, after you have cooked this for a while.
You know what would be interesting?
Can I finish what I was
Oh, yeah, sorry.
At the end of this, once you've done this, if you want to go low alcohol version, you can add apple juice to it and thin it so it'll make it half as alcoholic. So that's up to you if you want to do that or not. Nico, what were you going to say?
I was just saying that an interesting thing to do would be fortifying it with kirsch.
Sherry. That would be an interesting idea. Yeah. So it's kind of a fun project because it can kind of go with whatever flavors you like. If you like raspberry vodka, you could put that in here. What other flavors would go well in here? Orange?
Any kind of fruit flavor would be good, actually.
Yeah.
Like, even like strawberry would be good.
Yeah, so any kind of flavored liqueur that you like, you could put in here. I would not put in here gin. I would not put in here Campari. I would not put in Amaro. I wouldn't put in anything bitter.
Yeah.
You just want to go with fruity and sweet things, but really it's up to you. So just to review, it is 4 bottles of wine, 1 cup of sugar to start, and then adjust to your flavors, to your own choices. We have orange, we have ginger, we have star anise, cloves, allspice, cardamom, cinnamon sticks, and some lemon rind. What, Nico?
Pamela Truck says, surefire headache producer after a few of those.
Well, and you are correct, because the problem with the mulled wine is that it's so yummy and warming and delicious, it's easy to have more than 1 cup. So that's why I'm going to make this. I'm going to put it into a pitcher in my fridge, and I will just slowly drink it over a while. So really, it's better if you have friends coming over, but it actually keeps for a really long time. So I would be fine putting this in the fridge and having it there for a couple weeks. It's fine just to kind of nip away at it as you go, because really, it's alcohol, it's self-sterilizing. It'll be fine. So there you go. this is like a template for you. You can make whatever you want of mulled wine, but I think this is a great time before Christmas to start doing it and experimenting with your recipe, and then come up with the recipe of your choice for Christmas, because it's a perfect thing to have on Christmas Eve. So there you go. Mulled wine a la Nico and Sarah.
Oh, here's another interesting idea.
What's the idea?
Pomegranate.
We do have pomegranates.
Pomegranate would be an interesting thing to add in.
Why don't we save your pomegranate idea for your glug, your non-alcoholic version?
That's a good idea.
Okay, we'll do that. So you guys can join us maybe Sunday or Monday. Let's say Monday. You can join us for a Cucina Quarantena with Nico, who will teach us how to make glug next week.
Ooh.
Thanks everybody for joining me. Tomorrow we have we're going to continue the holiday Cucina Quarantena theme. I'm going to have two guests on, my friend Anna Savino and her parents. Anna is in Piedmont and her parents live in Napa. And I'm going to be coordinating their Zoom call here on Adventures with Sarah, and they're going to teach us how to make Italian cookies, so biscotti and pizzelle and things like that. So I may jump in and cook along with you guys. We'll just see if I can get organized in the morning. Otherwise, you'll get to learn how to make some wonderful Italian cookies. If you're looking for the recipes, they're on guide-collective.com. If you look under GC Magazine, you'll find our recipes there for the cookies that are going to be made tomorrow. And that will start, I think we're doing 9:30 a.m. Pacific time. So join us tomorrow for that. We'd love to have a nice little holiday baking session with you. So thanks for joining us. We'll see you again tomorrow. Ciao.
Bye, everybody.